Hi, I'm Dr. Olivia Santiago, and I'm the Health Commissioner for Dutchess County. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Omicron variant. As we know, COVID has been an ongoing pandemic that's been constantly changing. The Omicron variant is a milder version of COVID, but it is far more contagious than any other variant we have seen. It's important to note that symptoms may last anywhere from 2 to 7 days, but there is an incubation period that's 2 to 3 days. So that's between your exposure to your starting to show symptoms. So you may actually have Omicron and not know it yet. Although Omicron could be less severe than other variants we've seen before, there's still a significant risk for hospitalization. If you're unvaccinated, your risk is 15 times higher being hospitalized than for people who have had a vaccine. Now, Omicron tends to live in the nose and the throat. Causes sore throat, nasal congestion, not necessarily a loss of taste or some of the other symptoms we've seen with previous variants. Because it's concentrated in the nose and the throat, though, it's thought that that's why it's so contagious, because it's a lot of particles in the airways. A well-fitting mask can provide protection against Omicron. The better the mask, the better the protection. So N95s or KN95s are better protection than surgical masks. Surgical masks are way better than a cloth mask, and even a cloth mask is better than no mask. An exposure to Omicron or COVID in general is counted as 15 minutes in the presence of somebody who has COVID over the course of 24 hours and being within 6 feet of that person. If you are boosted and you are exposed, there is no quarantine requirement. However, you should continue to wear a mask and monitor for symptoms for at least 10 days. If you have not received a booster when you've been eligible for a booster, or if you are unvaccinated, you are to quarantine for 5 days. If you test positive by any of the rapid tests, at-home tests, PCR tests at a facility, you must isolate for 5 days. For the next 5 days after that period of isolation, you need to wear a well-fitting mask while going out and about. If you're not able to wear a mask, you need to isolate for a full 10 days. If you have a positive at-home test, it's important you report it to us. You can go to the County Health Department website and follow the instructions to upload your test so that we can follow it. Please, most importantly, if you get nothing else out of what I've said today, it's so important that if you're sick, you stay home. Right now, there are other seasonal viruses like influenza and other respiratory viruses that are around in addition to COVID. So regardless of which one it is, we don't want you to spread it. And certainly if it's COVID, you should definitely stay home.